Polina, can I ask you to give some words of encouragement to the test takers who are trying to finish their TOEFL, get 26 on speaking this year, 2025, so that they can make the registration deadline for
Mhm.
FPGEE?
Um, yeah, I wanted to say to when you're studying for the exam, make sure you prioritize it, make sure you focus on important things, what is important at this time, and make sure you live today. And when you study for it, make sure you 100% focus on what you're doing. You don't think about tomorrow, don't think about the list of things you need to get done. Like, don't get distracted on something less important when you're studying for exam. Time is very important. Um, if you lose it, you will never get it back, unfortunately. You can make money, you can lose and then make money, but you can never make the time you lost. And if you waste it on unnecessary things, it's not worth it. um, Developing healthy habits during, well, during your whole life it is important, but especially it's important during the such a important um, thing when you study for the exam. Make sure to have enough rest, make sure to stay consistent with the studying. If you're tired, make it shorter, but don't skip it. Take a break, but make sure to get back to it. And I already said it several times that the hard work never goes wasted. And um, if you go through the process and be honest with yourself and give 100%, give all your effort to it, you will get rewarded. It's definitely worth it. I know it's hard during the process while you're studying. I've been there, I've done that. It was very difficult for me, but after doing all that, it changed my life completely. And um I think it's worth it to do all this hard work to get rewarded after that. So keep up the good work. I believe in everyone that they can do it.
Nice. Great encouragement for the test takers. As you are saying that, Polina, I'm trying to imagine what they are thinking. And for those of you test takers who are thinking, well, here's what I wanted to say added to that. Polina started by saying that to stay focused on the theme. You guys might have a hard time seeing yourself making progress if you're not passing the test because you consider it either pass or fail. But Polina has talked about herself and other people who took the test multiple times. So what I want to tell you guys is you are making progress. Even if you take the test tomorrow and get zero, which isn't going to happen, but going through the process of taking the test, you become more familiar with the test procedure.
Mhm.
You become more confident being in the test center and having to give your answers out loud in front of other people. And you increase your endurance, your test endurance to be able to be tested for a longer period of time. So you guys are making progress that you might not be giving yourselves credit for. And I encourage you to give yourself more credit for that. Okay, so Polina knows about a director at a pharmacy who took his TOEFL over 20 times. And now he is a director at the pharmacy. So I want to use this to encourage you test takers. Imagine that director, his 19th or 20th attempt at the TOEFL. It's easy for us to imagine that he was doubting himself, worried, unsure if he was going to finish like many of you are. You can imagine that, right? And now look at him. Now look at how far he's gone. So, for you test takers who this encouragement is for, why can't that also be you? He was severely doubting himself and unsure, and then ended up passing. So I want that to be you guys, and I hope you're using this video and podcast as inspiration to make that happen for yourself. And Polina, I want to use that to talk about two separate things. So the discount. For those of you test takers who want a discount for the meetings with me to get 26 on TOEFL IBT speaking, you can get that discount at speaking26.com. It's very simple. You send Polina an email, and your email can be short. It can be one sentence like, "Hi, Polina, I'm interested in the discount." Send. And the last thing I want to say before I pass it back to you, Polina, and hope that you continue to encourage people is, can you talk about taking acting classes in order to get your 26 on TOEFL IBT speaking faster?
Yes, when I was studying for the TOEFL exam, I was trying to think what else can I do to diversify my exercises, my practice, so it's a little bit more fun, a little bit something a little bit different, but still very helpful for the exam. So I sign up for acting classes. I think it's a very something very useful for any professional because it will teach you to talk about talk in uncomfortable situation, and the TOEFL speaking on the exam, that's exactly the uncomfortable situation, and it really helped me to feel less shy and um, less restricted and nervous when I was speaking there. They also, when I was attending that acting class, they also made us practice tongue twisters and work on pronunciation. I think it's totally normal to, speak with the accent. There's nothing wrong with that, but I think pronunciation exercises and not to ignore, you know, American pronunciation for the TOEFL exam is important thing to work on, and the acting class really helped with that also. I remember when I was studying back in Ukraine, when I was studying in the university, um, one of my professors told me, like, told the class that um, all the students that attended acting classes in college, like during the studying in the college, became successful people, became very successful businessmen, directors. All those people that were good at acting became successful in their career. I think that's like there is a connection
Yeah.
between acting classes, being able to speak when it's uncomfortable, being able to um, prove the point, develop the point, have a confident conversation is directly related to being successful in the profession, to being able to speak confidently during the TOEFL speaking part. And I think it's, yeah, it will be very helpful for the exam as well as for the future career after taking the exam.
Yes, I can see it. So you said you were looking
Mhm,
for a way to diversify your
mhm,
speaking practice. It can get a
mhm.
little, it can get a little, or maybe even a very boring for people to be practicing the same questions
The
over and over
questions.
again.
Yeah.
So you see the correlation between, like a lot of people might, um, they might not see the connection between doing something like acting classes, and it doesn't have to be acting classes, guys, test takers, but something like this, intentionally putting pressure on yourself before your test date in
Hmm.
order to practice performance specifically when there's more pressure on.
Hmm. Yeah, remember I also I joined Toastmaster Club. I think it's something very easy to join, and I think it's available in a lot of places, but it's also a speaking club. I think it's been a while. I didn't I haven't heard anything from them. I haven't went there, but I think it's a club of public speaking, and they're also they make you prepare speeches, and then will make you go on a stage and give a speech. That's also a very good practice. I I did when I was studying for the exam as well. Um, it's not like acting, but it was um, speaking, like good experience for speaking in front of a lot of people that I did as well.
Yeah, I like it. I like it so much. And I'm glad that you guys get to hear Polina giving you this advice. This
Mhm.
shows that, well, I guess I'm really glad that Polina started with diversifying the ways that you can improve.
Mhm.
You test takers are already doing the things like vocabulary, pronunciation, speaking rate. You're already working on those things. You have been for, well, if it's something like vocabulary, you've been working on that for years. But the things that Polina was just talking about are the things that are going to increase your confidence in the moment when you need to perform, when you want your internal confidence to be stable during the timed and recorded speaking answers. So I hope you guys see the benefit of this and how that's going to help a person be stable in the test center when they want it the most. Okay, good.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so we're making this video in June. And so you guys have, at the time of making this video, you test takers for FPGEE have about 2 months left for the registration window this year in 2025. So at the time of this video, you have time to make the improvements, to take the advice that you're hearing in this video, and I hope you guys do it.
Only because of you, I cleared my TOEFL in 2025, and I'm ready to write my FPGA and will be a pharmacist. So I think everyone who wants 26, they should meet you. So that will help them to pass their exam faster. The TOEFL. So if you are a foreign student and if you want to get 26 in TOEFL, I suggest each and everyone to take classes with Aaron.
The main purpose behind that video is to educate other students that everyone has their own way. Okay. But just go like stick with someone. Believe me, like the templates, maybe some people will get the 26 using templates, but it's not because they use the strict template, the templates as it is. It's because they developed their own fluency that could overcome the structure of that template.
A person that you can see and hear, the speaking templates are wrong. Because to get 26 on speak, and when you see somebody who did get 26 on speaking or above, and they tell you they used the speaking template, they did not get 26 on TOEFL IBT speaking because of the speaking template. No, they got 26 on TOEFL IBT speaking in spite of the limiting nature of the speaking template. They got 26 on TOEFL IBT speaking because their speaking fluency was so good, is so good, that it was able to overcome the limiting structure that is speaking templates.
I never got 26 using AI website.
Okay, but you did on the real test after meetings with me.
Yeah.
If you want to see more videos with people giving you their best advice on how they got their 26 on TOEFL IBT speaking, you can watch that YouTube playlist. It's connected to this video, and you can find it by searching for TOEFL IBT Speaking 26. You can also find it by going through speaking26.com. These are people who before were not getting 26 on TOEFL speaking and after did get 26 and pass their tests. I asked them, hey, can you give your best advice to people who are still taking the test? How did you go from not passing to passing?
When I read about the TOEFL exam, I didn't really think much of it. I just thought, okay, you know, straightforward thing. It's an English exam. How difficult can it be?
The pharmacy board needs specifically 26 in speaking.
I used to change the template. Maybe this is more advanced, so I will use this the next exam, and I try to practice this for maybe a month or two to be able to master it, you know, to say it without thinking. Every time I found myself getting maybe less score or the same score. It doesn't make any difference to just change the templates and use different introductory words. It didn't make any difference for me. Some of my friends advised me to start taking sessions with you.
This helped me in passing my TOEFL exam. Aaron helped me to pass and get 26.
Aaron, actually, any words will not be enough. But really, I'm very thankful.
26 in speaking, and I finally got it, and I'm so excited to get to the next step in my pharmacist license.
Look at my accent, look at people who got 26. So just surround yourself with people who motivate you.
Look, I passed. That bit that's missing is probably the most important bit to get you to 26.
Yes.
And that's the bit where Aaron, I felt, helped me realize where I was going wrong. And that bit where I was going wrong, I think it goes for everyone. It doesn't matter whether you speak English is your first language or not. That bit that was missing is something everyone really needs to understand in order to get that 26.
Once you are in the level that you need to become advanced in order to get the 26, you need to get rid of the templates.
Template will hinder your ability to deliver the question, because it shows that you are reading something or you are not speaking, you are reading.
I was using completely different template or different way. I started to apply your way, and once I started to practice your way, oh, it's easy for me.
That was really good for me. It really helped me because with this in my mind, I could speak faster, and because I was confident.
It's challenging, but you know, after you pass it, the feeling of victory, it's worth it.
As English is my first language, I thought the speaking templates would be enough to get me the 26 that I needed. Unfortunately, it wasn't, and I only scored a 23. Your lack of getting 26 is not due to your speaking ability. It has been due to your less than optimal strategy. Get rid of the training wheels.
The templates were like, oh my God, why did they create those templates?
Aaron, you are a big helpful for students like us. We need somebody to like stir revolution in our heart inside, give life to our conversation. And this will never happen through other sites like they have exact traditional pattern, the template, first, second, for example. Don't say, for example, the second time, for instance. Really? And like robot, I felt myself without life. I don't have the freedom to speak.
You don't have to worry that much about how can I mention 2 reasons with 2 details or 2 examples. It's too much for me. You help students to increase their fluency.
Instead of following that speaking template or any other speaking template, trust your fluency.
For the students who are taking with you, trust this guy. He's amazing. He will shift or improve your level as soon as possible.
Like this, jump my score from 23 to 26, like this. How many hours I took with you? 5. Look at this. 5 hours in 2 weeks. I passed my test.
I was surprised that I passed after 5 sessions together.
I hope you keep inspiring and helping more pharmacists and more other students to achieve their goal and become a professionals here in the United States.
If I had just, you know, found you earlier.
For people who's really, they have concern and they need to do it very fast, go to the, like, the original, the source of help.
Go to Aaron. He's the guy. He was the guy for me. And hopefully he's the guy for you. And he'll set you straight. He'll tell you what you need to do to get that 26